This past Sunday, Mike took us through talking about what it means to feel overwhelmed and what scripture tells us about what to do when we feel that way. I don't know about you, but I can feel pretty overwhelmed sometimes. Sometimes it can hit me unexpectedly, and sometimes it can be something that I feel coming on and I don't do the things that I should do to stop that feeling. Well, one of the things that we can do when we start to feel overwhelmed is let go of control. Give it back to God. You know, in scripture, in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." You know, it's easy to read that and think, oh yeah, I can give it to God. It's so easy to just give it over to God. But a lot of times when we think we haven't fully released that control. And so we kind of cling to that control, wanting to do things our way. When to release something to God, we have to be looking to him, praying to him about it, really covering the situation in prayer and going to scripture about maybe what God says in that situation. So what does God say about being a workaholic? What does God say about being stressed out at home or fighting with your spouse? What does God say in those overwhelming situations? What does God say that you should put first so that you don't feel overwhelmed? You know, one thing that I try to remind myself, and sometimes I struggle with, sometimes I fail, but when I'm overwhelmed, I take a moment, I take a breath, and I seek God in that moment, even if it's out in public, even if it's at an inconvenient time and I all of a sudden get overwhelmed. I take a moment and I just take some time to breathe and remember him first. It seems simple, but in a moment where you're feeling super overwhelmed, it's the smallest thing you can do to let go of control. And then eventually you go back and you go to scripture and you take time to really evaluate the situation. Letting go of control is something that you can't just do naturally. It's not something that you will get good at and then be able to just automatically do from then on. But letting go of control is something that you have to continuously remind yourself to do. When you let go of control and you give stuff to God, you are putting him first. What he thinks, what he wants, what matters to him first. But also recognizing his sovereignty over your life. So this week, think about what you're going through with your week, with your life. Maybe there's something that's just overwhelmed you. Maybe it's something that has you depressed or anxious. Maybe it's something just you need to work on. I'd love to let go of control of cleaning my house and give that to God, but that's probably not what he means by letting go of control and giving it to him. What I need to do is let go of controlling other things and make sure I remind myself that the smallest things to get done, to just make sure that I'm bringing glory to him and my family, and making sure that I'm taking time to be a good wife, be a good mom. If I'm doing those things right in his name, then the other stuff doesn't matter as much. So this week, think about what you can let go of, what you can give God control over in your life.